Hey everyone, wanted to give you guys an app update. Ever since we launched that, or released that video with the Polaris EV conversions, we had a lot of inquiries for people interested in doing conversions. But one of the things that is of concern is that a lot of people have said, how do I get the indicator or fuel gauge? And since that is based on voltage only, it doesn't really work very well with lithium iron phosphate because it'll almost show almost 100% the whole time. So we've come up with a solution. It's a pretty elegant solution. It works with anything, 2 batteries or more. And what it is, it's sort of like a dashboard view, and it's meant to mimic like a vehicle's automotive dash, and it will work with both horizontal or vertical view. I'm currently on the sort of the vertical view. And once it's enabled, you can basically get speed data, power data, and fuel gauge. And this is actual fuel gauge based on the state of charge of your battery. So I currently don't have any batteries running around, but I do have this app inside a vehicle. So as I'm driving around, you'll see the speed gauge is sort of moving. Now, if you had it in an ATV, on the bottom, you'd also see your power gauge and moving. And at the very bottom, it's going to show you the BMS temperatures for each of your connected batteries. So if you've got 4 batteries, you'll see 4 temperatures. But the idea is you can now drive around or in your ATV or golf cart conversion, and one screen see the speed that you're driving at, the power that you're using, as well as the how much fuel you have left. In our case, we have a little more over 50% of the fuel, or not necessarily fuel or electron charge. And then again, finally, you do have the battery, the temperatures. It supports both landscape and regular view. So if you flip it around, it will go to sort of this view. But that's a little bit about what we've been working on. Currently, it supports up to 4 batteries. So for your 412 volt, 48 volt battery conversions, you'll be able to do that. And you can get accurate sort of fuel, as well as the speed and the power you're using. Um, You'll also notice that in the tools we have new options. So we have a thing called auto dash settings. So you can set the units in miles per hour or kilometers per hour. You can set the maximum speed, and you can set the maximum kilowatt. Now this doesn't actually limit the batteries. It just tells you how the dashboard is going to display. So if I go and I have a smaller setup and I say I only have 7 kilowatts max, I can do that and maybe also set my speed to 30. If I do that and then I go to the auto dashboard, it's going to update the dashboard and say now speeds from 0 to 30 and power kilowatt from 0 to 7. So based on what you're drawing, you can configure the auto dashboard, and it's going to change what's going on. Now it may be some glitches. You might have to, after you make those changes on tools, you might have to go to auto and something like that to refresh it. And we'll be making improvements. Now, this is messing around with GPS, so iOS is probably going to take longer for us to release it because they really don't like it when you start messing around with GPS settings and getting location data. Android is pretty bad too, but you can work with Google and eventually get it approved. So, just wanted to give you a preview of what's coming on and what to expect. But this should help people get more accurate information when they're wanting to get things. And if you got a little phone holder, just put your phone in here, and now you can get your speed and your power and your fuel and the temperatures all in one spot. So you won't need to necessarily have a dashboard, and you don't have to run any wires. So that's a plus. All right. Well, thank you, and we'll see you guys in the next one.